Hey everybody, welcome back to the PDRes channel for episode 3 of our MotoGP career mode. So last episode didn't go so well, but we've got some R&D going, got a couple weeks, 6 weeks on engine parts, 7 weeks on frame parts. Let's see, working on these two nodes, got some guys doing some more research, but we are currently way down here at 19th in the standings. So we're far away from our goal of championship top 10, but hopefully we'll improve as the bike improves. So let's take off to Austin, and first practice is going to be wet. So we'll do Coda. Hopefully it'll go well. This is a really fun track. Probably one of the more challenging tracks I've been to in the game. Got a lot of bumps.
Welcome to the state of Texas. We're at the Circuit of the Americas, where everything's ready to kick off a new weekend of motorcycling. The tension is palpable. Mechanics and engineers are at work to sort out the final technical details before the start of this official session. The weather seems to be getting better pretty quickly, but the rain that was falling until just now has left the track in completely soaked conditions. This is also finished. Let's take a quick look at the results and see which riders recorded the best lap times.
So wet practice did not go well, but that's okay. We were dead last. Just ignore that for right now. Just pretend that didn't happen. We'll move on from this embarrassment and go straight to qualifying. Just go ahead and fast forward this live session because I don't think I have any more time to set another lap. So, okay, currently P3. Let's fast forward this. Oh God, P4. And we're going to make it. We're going to make it to Q2 on pace. And we're not really that far off Antonelli. I'm happy with that.
Everything's ready for the second qualifying session. In a while, we'll see the 18 riders who qualified in the free practices and in the first qualifying session get out on track.
We've hit the big times. It's our first time in Q2. See how good we can do. So now we get our goal of trying to get 4th row. Oh, by the way, development on the dry practice day went really well. We got almost everything done. So let's take some 2-2 tires. Probably going to stick with softs for this qualifying. And I think we're going to use up our last soft tire in the front. That's okay. And we're going to be off for what hopefully will be another good practice session, or qualifying session. Okay, so moment of truth. We're going to see if we can get down a better lap time than our 2:21. So, first place is 2:20.8. That seems pretty mentally fast to me, so let's see what we can do here. A little bit better on turn 1 that time. Once again, the nose, front of the bike wants to pick up. Just getting into rhythm for this section here. A little smoother, starting to lean the bike at the right times. But that rear tire is not happy. We're running really wide right here, but that's okay. We're going to set up okay for turn 7. A little bit skittish on the power because I do not want to go over the track limits. You gotta be real patient on the throttle here. Now we just send it in, be brave. The rear wants to step out. We're good. Just keeping it in that track limit, and that rear tire might as well just be lava right now. It should just be melting on the track. Oh yeah, it's hot. You could cook an egg on that thing. That's almost hotter than the brake. Speaking of brakes, down into turn 12. Pretty good, pretty good. Right on the line there at the start of that corner. Okay, you know what? If it's not a penalty, I'm cool with it. Oh God, oh God. little bit wiggly. No. Being braver through here. This is where I finally figured out about how brave I can be through here. I had the line wrong previously, but once you get it right, it flows pretty well. Here we go, 2 corners. 2 corners left. Nailed that one. And unfortunately, we don't have a delta because I messed up my first lap. But this one feels good. It feels faster. So 220.4, picking the front of the bike up. And we're going to take 3rd place. Okay, 4th place. Alright, I'm good with that. That was quite a bit better. So now I just got to see if we can stay here. Alright, so currently sitting in 4th place. Fast forward and let's see what we can do. Can we hang on to 4th? No. Gonna be 5th. Okay. That's alright. Pretty solid qualifying day. God, 220.0. That's fast.
Hello from Austin. We're here in Texas. In about a few minutes, we'll be bringing you the Moto3 race. The skies over the track are clear of clouds, and the latest weather reports forecast temperatures in line with the seasonal average. It was a long weekend for the Moto3 riders, but finally the showdown is here. We are coming to you from the starting grid. There's just a few minutes to go before the race begins.
I'm really surprised we held on to 5th. We're starting in a group of people that are all on mediums, except for one guy on softs. Everybody else taking a combination of medium and soft, or hard and medium. Okay. It's crazy. I can't believe we got 5th place. Coda's treating us pretty well.
While the race officials are waving the green flag,
And here we go.
the riders gather their final thoughts and get ready to race another US Grand Prix here at Austin.
Leave it in power 3 and we're going to try to get a good launch. Could have been better. I'm going to confess to taking out some rewinds right there because first corner didn't go so hot. So, hey, this is our first time through the corner. Not really. But it went well. Through this S section for the first time in a pack. And I'm just getting out of rhythm. Losing some time to Antonelli. Ian and Suzuki are right close to each other. I think we're doing okay for right now. So I believe that is Dennis Foglia. I think I'm getting that name right. Behind us, about a little over a 1/10.5 of a gap. And we're just gonna go over that track limit. I gotta tell you guys, many track limits were harmed in the making of this video. To the point where the woman came, she did the song, In the Arms of the Angels song for the track limits, and it was real bad. It was real sad, but we're gonna learn from this and move on. See, I was not kidding about that track limit thing. It's alright, it's only lap 1. Just about losing the back of the bike there. Really wiggly. Trying to modulate through these power modes as he looks for a move on the inside. He's gonna get it done. Or is he? Are we gonna send it back up here? I'm gonna try, and I'm just gonna hold it and run wide again. And here he comes for the response, and we're gonna lose 2 positions down to 11. Going up into power 3. I don't want to lose too much time early in the race, but also really need to take care of that back tire. Because practice sessions were pretty brutal on it. And into turn 1 looking for the undercut. Not quite going to get it. Gonna stop the wheelie from popping up there. We got Bender behind us closing in. We're gonna try to keep up with Dennis and Guevara if we can. As of right now, it's not looking too hot. I gotta say, one of the really cool touches this game has, if you pay attention to the back tire, and then you can see it in the front tire too, but you can actually see how much it's wearing. I thought that was pretty cool. You don't see that too often in racing games. I thought that was a pretty cool touch. And running wide again. Doing our best to not lose time to the riders behind us. See how successful we remain in that endeavor. Alright, so skipping forward a bit. Lap 3. Still in 11th, but we caught Dennis and Rodrigo a little bit. Rodrigo's actually fallen back. But we're learning, we're getting a much better run out of turn 1 now. And then the rhythm through this section, I feel like I'm getting it down little by little. I'm a little bit late with the weight transfers, but it's a lot better than it was earlier. Still running wide right here though, but we're setting ourselves up okay for turn 7, so it's not the complete end of the world. We're doing really, really good on fuel. I'm being really conservative on fuel right now so I can push later. Especially with so many riders up front being on all mediums. I'm just hoping that maybe they'll wear their stuff out and I can catch back up in a little bit. That is the plan anyway. Losing a bit of time to Garcia behind us, but we can just open it back up. Going into power 3 just to open that gap back up as much as possible down this straightaway. Just about getting to 150 miles an hour. Oh, there's a crash in front of us. Rodrigo and Antonelli go down and make contact. So that's 2 spots, back up to 9th. Skipping forward a little bit, we've caught Dennis a little bit more. Being a little bit more aggressive on our power mapping for right now. And I'm going to try to go for a move on the outside. And just about lose the rear end of the bike and can't quite gather it back up in time. So he holds 8th for now. And once again, fighting to try to keep this rhythm. Just a little bit late. If you miss that second weight transfer, then you're in trouble for the rest of it until you get to the middle of turn 6, and we're going to lose a position to Garcia. But that's okay. He was ahead of us before. He's clearly been faster than us all race. We're gonna kind of overheating our rear tire now. Trying to ride too hard to keep up, so gotta make a decision here. Do I want to keep riding this hard and wear the tire down? Do I want to be a little bit more conservative with it? And I think ultimately I'm gonna keep going. Because the more time I lose, the harder I'm gonna have to fight, which means I have to use up my tires more. So if we can keep ourselves in this little gap of being in between people, we'll be a lot better off. Kind of holding him even for now, and we are leaving Rodrigo. So the gap behind us is opening up a little bit. The gap in front of us is closing a little bit, except for, well, I had to say it right then. It's really tough to be brave through this corner. It's 17 and 18 complex. Because it's so bumpy, you feel like the bike is just going to roll up from under you any second. Just going down into power map 1. for a brief second, save some fuel. Back up into 3, coming out of this tighter corner. And we're just going to draw ourselves a whole new part of the track there. They take this kind of funny line in turn 1. I don't really know why they do that. I'm not sure if that's a real life thing or not. But just got to settle in now and try not to lose any time behind us. Skipping forward again. As we can see, Rodrigo has closed in and Suzuki goes down ahead of us. And he fires it up the inside for a lunge that does not stick. So we keep our position for now until we go down. Just gonna, we've done good so far. Gonna rewind that one. Give that corner one more try. Yeah, that's what I was doing. And gonna lose the position for now to Rodrigo until we can send it back up the inside. So it kind of looks like our main battle is going to be between us and Rodrigo. Now, if we battle too hard, everybody else is going to start catching us. But where I'm sitting in the championship points, I kind of need all the points I can get, so I'm willing to fight really hard for this 9th position. But we got McPhee and Suzuki ahead of us. Suzuki doing good, having a nice recovery after his fall. So is Rodrigo. I got to give him credit too. So we're really good on fuel here. Once again, trying to save just a little bit for the end of the race. I say a little bit, but we're about 4 laps up, so. Gotta fight that wheelie again. I've got to keep telling myself to hit the rear brake instead of letting out of the throttle when that happens. I know it's best to tap the rear brake to get the front of the bike to come back down. Oh, we hit that section nicely. A little bit slow, but pretty nice. Rodrigo is right behind us again. We're losing some time to McPhee and Suzuki. And he's going to go for the outside and make a little bit of contact. Not too bad. Nothing egregious, nothing unsportsmanlike, and he's going to get the move done. So falling back to 10th. Got 1.2 seconds roughly behind us to 11th. That's okay. The most important thing right now is that we are in our goal of being ahead of 15th. And we're going to make another move on Rodrigo. Battle is really heating up now with 2.5 laps just about to go. So finally, that was probably my first great corner exit right there. It really paid off at a good time. Closing in just a little bit. McPhee and Suzuki are going to run wide. Are going to go for another move. Rodrigo's not quite going to get it done. It's a good thing we ran wide, or we might have been knocked off our bike. I really don't want to hit the pavement again. I'm feeling pretty good. I've used a lot less rewinds this race. So we're making some headway, making some improvement, and the race is really heating up now. That bump just sends us a little bit too wide and almost gassed it up too early. Right side of the rear tire is getting extremely hot, extremely worn, so just I need to take care of it, but I also need to fight because we've only got 2 laps to go after this corner. Having a good exit there. See if we can catch some slipstream. Suzuki finally got past McPhee. I think McPhee was one of the ones that was on softs. Not quite sure. Oh, great braking zone, but we can't quite close it up enough. Alright, really coming down to it here. We're in power map 3. Fuel's not really a concern any longer, so I can just push. Front tire's looking good. It's decently cool, although it is wearing out. But it's got a pretty good amount of grip. Rear tire is not so happy with us, but it's not lava anymore. So that's good. It's not just melting itself on the track. And Rodrigo's closing in yet again. So it's looking like this battle's really settling in to be for 9th. I don't know if we have any chance of getting ahead of us, but a ninth is a whole lot better and will gain us some good points for the championship. That bike is really wiggly coming off that corner, especially if you hit that curb. Gap opened up a little bit behind us. The gap to the leader, he's gone. Pedro Acosta is just out of here. Oh, they're both going to run wide, and we don't. And we're going to gain a little bit of time. Maybe the battle for 8th and 7th can be on here. Our lap time delta is looking pretty good. We're about a second up on our previous fastest lap, so we're about to run a qualifying style lap here. Just keeping it within the track limits. It's a good 4-bike battle we've got going on. And we're gonna run too wide. And that's gonna absolutely let them run away and let Rodrigo close back in. Ooh, just about transferred our weight wrong and about fell. Here we go. Coming to the final lap. Power 3. Let's push. Let's do this. Gap is opening up again behind us, almost to a second. We've set our fastest lap of the race so far. Gonna go for a move on McPhee, maybe? Get quite side by side, not quite there to go for it and make it stick. Alright, just gotta make sure we transfer our weight and shift everything at the right time, not be too late on any of them. Yeah, mess it up to that last third of that corner. And once again, Rodrigo is right there going for a move. He's not going to get it done. It's not over yet, though. He's going to go for it again. And I'm going to have to let him have it right there. I can't fight that too much. And we're going to see what we can do coming down this fast part of the track into this really slow left-hand corner. It's going to go somewhat narrow to try to defend. We're going to get a great corner, meeting up with the apex beautifully. Getting that turn done. Right, okay. Just gotta defend for 9th. Closing in a bit on Suzuki and McPhee here. They're gonna fight each other, push each other narrow, and they're just gonna make contact. And Suzuki's gonna go down. Okay, up to 8th. Battle for 7th might be on. As long as we can keep our position safe from Rodrigo behind us. Bike's getting really, really wiggly, and I'm just going to try to get there, and I'm going to power it up too much. So, one more rewind, never hurt anybody. Not too far, though. If we mess up this time, we'll leave it. And we just pushed John a little wide. But, you know what? Neither one of us fell. I'm going to leave it. I might get a talking to in the paddock after that, but it's our best race yet, and I really wanted 7th. Okay, we're almost there. Just one more corner left. If we can make it, we can hold 7th and get our best result of the season so far. And we got it. We did it. Great job, team.
The stars of this exciting race are finishing the final lap. Let's take advantage of these moments to take a look at the Moto3 final ranking.
Way to go to Pedro Acosta. We're looking pretty good. 7th place. So some of the guys that are ahead of us in the championship were behind us in the race. Falling off the bike. Namely Suzuki. Well, I mean, honestly, pretty much everybody's ahead of us right now. So this is going to be a great points day. And we're going to move up. We're going to move up a crazy 8 spots with 11 points this year so far. So that's good. This is our first like actual points day, because our first points day was mostly because everybody fell off the bike because the AI needed tweaking. This one was a good genuine points day and race. So I will take that. And we got our top 15 race goal. So I think we completed almost every goal that we had. Yep, qualified 4th row, so we were better than 12th. Finished better in the race. Got a bonus for being in 7th. That was good. That was a really, really great race weekend. And not only that, we managed to finish all of the race development things for the weekend. So made some money, got some points. Yeah, look at that, pass, without falls, mostly because we use rewinds, but you know what? The game doesn't care, so we don't either. A lot of research data, so once we get done with the current engine and frame upgrades, we can move on to the next one. That was a really fantastic points day and race day in all accounts. So I'll see you all back here for the next episode where we go to Portugal. So thank you so much for being here, thanks for watching, and we'll move on to the next one. Have a good one, everybody.